Show. That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to a Marcus Freeman's message to the team when fall camp starts. Very important topic to me, edition of the Always Irish Show. First things first. Sorry if any of you are on LSD right now. You're in for a wild trip with this shirt. I forgot all about the green screen and the lights and the pattern on this shirt. You're in for a wild ride if you're in that camp. So hang with me. As always, you can find a program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Yanni Boy out as well. Notifications on that way you don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irishing. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only, anywhere you want it, you can get it. If you don't want to see my face, nobody blames you for that. The call-in lines, 312-988-15. Dial it up, tell Cousin Johnny all you've heard and seen. Patreon.com/Always Irish. Former captain, leading tackler Mike Goolsby, breaking it all down. It's a beautiful thing. Thanks to everybody that's there. All right, couple things. First and foremost, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Special intention for my Notre Dame friends who have lost their fathers. That bond is usually a big part about why people become Notre Dame fans, their grandfathers, their dads. It's a family affair. And I could think of a bunch of my Notre Dame friends that have lost their dads in recent years. It's always a kind of a tough, bittersweet day. Thoughts and prayers are with you guys, okay? Number two, had a great time Friday at the Play Like a Champion event at Notre Dame. The Always Irish contingent was strong there. We were on our best behavior, damn it. I'm telling you, I was well-behaved. And Jack Sacco, he did a great job. Maestro of the day, the finishing speaker, the big shot he is. He was signing books. I mean, taking pictures. He was wheeling and dealing, baby. And the Always Irish crew, we had a good contingent. We were on our best behavior, and it was great to support Jack. And we really appreciate being invited. Great afternoon, evening at Notre Dame. Just a wonderful thing. Walking out of there, the sun's going down. It's a beautiful thing. So that was awesome. All right, let's get to business. I know for the last week or so, at least on my programming, Notre Dame land's been full of a lot of recruiting talk. Hopes, dreams, worries, concerns. What if this on the high end? What if that on the low end? You know, whatever it is. All of it. And I'll be honest, it's been getting to me. It's been getting to me, man. We're going to put that part of this aside for a moment. We'll get back to it. Put that aside for a moment. Talk about the actual games coming up. I got something I want to cover. It's so important to me. I can't get it out of my mind. Answer this question. What do you want Marcus Freeman's message to the team to be day one of camp when everything opens up in August? I'll give you a second. I want you to think, if you were the coach in this situation for Notre Dame, what would be your opening message to the team the first time you all gather back in August? You're about to kick off fall camp. What would it be? I know what I want it to be. And it ain't a want, it's a need. I know what I want it to be, and I know what I need it to be. Here's what comes into my mind, okay? Before I give you my answer, I want you to marinate on that. Last year, the first big flashpoint moment for Notre Dame, it was Ohio State week 5. I mean, you had 4 games before then. We were, NC State on the road, whatever it was. In the back of everybody's minds, we were all looking to that week 5 matchup against Ohio State. It was like, let's get through this first month of games. Don't let anything stupid happen. But all through August, through the first month of the season, Ohio State was in the back of everybody's mind while we navigated the first bunch of games. Okay? Freeman had an obligation to not really talk about that game until it was that game week. He could get up there all through August camp and then leading into weeks 1, 2, 3, 4. And if the media asked anything about it, he could rightfully and justifiably say, listen, we got to go win the game in front of us to make the Ohio State one matter that much. We can't really get too hyped up or think about them or whatever. He was justified in saying that, even though we all knew it was in our minds and he did too, and it was in his mind and the player, everybody. But he had the obligation to keep the focus on the game right in front of us week by week to get to that moment, right? But that means once Ohio State week came, you only had a few days, man, to get into the week, do your practice, and before you know it, it's almost game time again, and the game was here. This year is very different. Texas A&M is week 1. And it's a huge moment. I am not saying they're as good as Ohio State and that it's the same. No. But the bigness of the moment cannot be denied, and what it means for Freeman, what it means for Notre Dame, the playoff chances, Freeman, year 3 coaches in Notre Dame, perception against the SEC, all of it. Notre Dame failing in the big moment. Oh, can they hang with an SEC roster? All of that. Everybody knows how big this moment is. This being week 1 means Freeman can build it up for a month however he wants. That's very, very different than that Ohio State situation where it was week by week by week. Then you had a handful of days and then you're playing that game. This is different. You got all of August to be able to build this moment and get it in your guys' minds, whatever messaging you want. You can build on it for a month. How will he decide to handle this ramp up? There are no excuses to not be ready for this ball game. None. You have all of August to think of everything, prepare for everything. There's no excuses. I know what I'd do. If I'm Marcus, here's what I'm saying. I get everybody in that room, whatever. Before we go out there, and I'm saying, this year is different. This team is different. You are the group that's going to put Notre Dame on the big league map again, plant that flag, let everybody know that we're back and we're serious this time. And this isn't Notre Dame of the last 20 years. It's definitely not Notre Dame of last year and my first year. This is all different. It is our time. It is your time. We're done with all the past. It is your time now to own this moment. Then I'm transitioning to this. Welcome to boot camp. The next 3 weeks are going to be hell. We are preparing for battle. Physically, emotionally, mentally, we're getting ready for battle. And that's what August is going to be. You will sweat. You will barf. You will be sore. You will be miserable. You will not like your coaches. You will not enjoy this process. But it's all going to be worth it to raise your helmet in victory late into the night on August 31st in Texas. You trust your coaches. This camp is going to be unlike anything you've been through. It's going to test you in ways you couldn't imagine. But when that game comes and that ball gets kicked in the air, it's going to be no big deal. You're going to be fully prepared for this moment. Playing on the road, who gives a shit? The Heat, used to it. Loud crowd, no effect. Physicality, not as much as our defense tests us every day. That's my message. This is battle preparation, Lou and Frank old style. The practices are going to be harder than the game by design. All of the stuff we're worried about affecting this team, it's going to be 5 times as bad in August. We're going to be ready for the moment this time. That's my message. We are going to battle. Oh, John, you can't be that hard. Look at you with your rah-rah stuff. You can't be that hard on the team that early. Oh, okay. Fine. Go easy on them and be overwhelmed at Texas A&M. You won't be as sore. Nobody's feelings will be hurt. And you're going to lose and not be ready for this environment. But at least we eased into camp. Does everybody feel good? You want a Capri Sun and some orange slices? Or do you want to win this damn football game? This isn't some business trip. This needs to be built into something bigger. You must be 100% prepared for this battle and what this moment's going to be. You have no excuse not to be. You have all month to prepare for everything they're going to throw at you. The heat, the noise, the physicality, their defensive ends coming at you. You got a month to be able to figure all this out. When you get in that moment, it needs to be no big deal. So if I'm Marcus, I'm saying you got to trust us. This is going to suck, but you're going to be glad we did it. However, they prepared to go on the road last year, whatever that process was, throw it down the crapper, flush it, and come up with something new. You weren't ready to play on the road. You weren't ready to play on the road. That can't be this year. You have every opportunity to prepare for this battle the way you want. Take advantage of that run-up. This all needs to look and feel and be different. That's my message. That's how I'm doing it. This ain't no business trip, Brian Kelly. We're just going to go crunch our numbers in my cubicle like a little nerd. Business trip. No. This needs to be personal. You need to build this up into a moment. That's what I'm doing. This is boot camp. We are preparing you for battle. It's gonna be horrible, but you're gonna be glad we did it. That's my angle. We need to ramp this thing up. I'm not doing this, let's just ease into it. No, ramp it up. Let it be the moment it's gonna be. Don't fight that. Lean into it. It's going to be a long 80 days or whatever else we got leading into A&M. It's going to be a long time. But you got to ramp up here to build this however you need to get the most out of your group. I'm pumping them up, telling them you're going to be the group that's going to change all of this Notre Dame crap we're used to not being good enough. You're special. You're different. You're going to be the group to do it. You build them up. Then you tear them down physically, emotionally. You put them through the ringer. Then you build them back up, and then we go into that moment. This is a big deal. There's nothing wrong with letting that be known and building it into one. So that's how I'm doing it. And I'm telling those guys, you're going to be miserable, but you're going to be glad we did it this way. And nobody put in the comments, oh, John, that doesn't work because guys are going to be sore and, you got to ease into camp the first couple weeks wearing your shorts, running around in AC or with the fan on you, no contact. No, this ain't that time. I want whatever we're doing to get ready for this to be to where we walk into A&M and it's like, nope, none of this bugs us. We're ready. I am open to none of this. Oh, the noise. We don't know what to do. You got speakers in your facility. Blast them all August. Oh, I'm too hot. It's too loud. Whatever. No, dude, you don't get any of those excuses. Prepare for the moment. Be mentally and physically and emotionally tougher than the team you're playing. It is time. The time is now. Now is the time. That's my message. We're going to boot camp. Let me know what you think.